Good morning, everyone. Today we will do a program. That program is related to binary file handling. So, what is program? Create a binary file with roll number, name, and marks. Input a roll number and update the marks. So that's mean first we will create a binary file. Inside the binary file, we will store student detail. Inside student detail, we will store roll number, name, and marks. And after then, input a roll number and update the marks. Then we will take any roll number and update that roll number marks. So let's move to the programming section. So this is the screenshot of the program. First we will discuss the program and after then we will execute the program. Now, because we are handling binary file, so we don't know how to write inside a binary file and how to read from a binary file. So to read and write a binary file, we will use a module. The module name is pickle module. We already discussed this pickle module in our previous program. So this pickle module is very helpful to deal with the binary file. This pickle module contains two main methods, that is dump and load method. Dump method is used to write inside binary file in form of binary, and load method is used to read from binary file, because binary file contain data in form of binary string and binary number, and we don't know how to read that binary number. And that load function read data from binary file and convert the data into text. So before doing a program, we need to import this pickle module. How to import any module? Write the import keyword and after then mention the module name, and module name is pickle. After then, because first we need to create a binary file and write inside the binary file. But we want to write inside binary file a student's detail. So in student detail that contain roll number, name, and marks. So how to create a binary file? First you need to call a open function. This open function is used to open any file. So through the use of this open function, we will open a binary file. The binary file name is studata.bin. Now this studata.bin file, I'm opening this file in a write mode. So what happens when when our interpreter execute this statement? It will check whether this studata.bin binary file exists in current working directory or not. Current working directory means where you have stored this program. So if this file studata.bin already exists, then it will open that file in a write mode. Otherwise, it will create this file studata.bin bin file. So I'm opening this file in a write mode. B mean this is a binary file. So whenever you open the file in a write and append mode, it will check whether this file exists or not. If file exists, then it will open the file. Otherwise, it will create this file. And this open function return some object of this studata.bin file, and whatever the value written by this open function, we are storing that value inside the FO. So that's mean this FO is our file object. Next statement is dict. Here I'm creating a dictionary, and this dictionary is an empty dictionary, because you can see there is a curly bracket, opening and closing bracket, and inside this curly bracket there is nothing. So that's mean this dict is an empty dictionary. So I want to store data inside this dictionary from the user. So before entering data inside this dictionary, first we have to decide how many student detail we want to enter inside this dictionary. So for that, I want to take this number of student from the user. So user, it's all depend upon user. So I want to take that number of student that user want to enter through this input function. So this input function will display whatever you have written inside this input function as an argument. So I have written here enter number of student. So it will display on your screen enter number of student. You can see on the right hand side. So when it will display on the screen, user will enter the number of student that user want to enter. So I have entered here 2. So this to value is going to return by this input function in form of string, and I want this data in form of integer. So that's why I have called here, I call here int function. This int function convert the string data into integer, and after then converting into integer, it will assign data to n. That's mean this 2, the whatever the user the number here entered, it will return in form of integer, and this integer value is stored inside this n variable. After then, because this n only contain number of student, now I want to enter the detail inside the dictionary, and the all detail I want to take from user. So this is possible through the for loop, because maybe user can enter 1 2 3 5 6 any number. So this is only possible through the for loop. So use this for loop. First write for keyword and then k. K is a variable. In is a operator, it is a membership operator, and after then here I'm calling range function. This range function will create the range of the number, whatever the stock value you will pass here. So if user will pass 2, like I have already written pass here 2, if user will pass here 2, then it will create range of the number up to 2. So starting from 0, it will create the range up to 2, but 2 is the stock value, so it will not include 2. So the range is 0 and 1. From this range, the value is going to assign to this k. So the first value is 0, so 0 is going to assign to k, and after then assigning to value this k variable, we will execute the statement that we have written inside this for loop one by one. So the first statement inside this for loop is roll number. This is a variable, and I want to assign value to this roll number by taking input from user. So again call the input function and right here enter roll number. So in this way it will display on your screen, enter roll number, and user will enter the roll number, and this roll number is written by this input function in form of string. And I want roll number in form of integer, so that's why I call here int function. So now 1 is converted into integer, and after then it will store inside roll number. Now second information about student is name, and name is a variable, and I want to assign the value inside this name through the user. Again I call input function, and this input function will display whatever you have pass the argument inside this input function. So the argument is enter name, so it will display enter name. So I have entered Seema. Now this Seema is written by this input function in form of string. So because we can take a name as a string type, so I'm not going to convert this data into integer. So now Seema is the value Seema is going to store inside this name variable. Now the third variable is marks. Again I want to take this value of this variable from user, and through the input function it will display enter the marks. The marks user have entered is 34, and I want this marks in form of integer. You can also convert this marks in form of float by calling float function. So after then it will convert it into integer and store inside this mark variable. Now look, I want to store data in this form. You can see on the right hand side where there is my cursor. I want to store the data inside dictionary in this form. It is a dictionary inside a dictionary. So first I want to store roll number as a key, and the value of that key, I want to store the value of that key in form of dictionary. So this roll number will act as a key, and the value of this roll number is in form of dictionary, and inside that value we are going to store name and marks, and name and marks are keys, and these keys have some value. Name Seema and marks is that is 78. So in this way I want to store the data inside the dictionary, because now this roll number have a value in form dictionary. So I need to create I have to mention here this dic have a key roll number, and this roll number have a value in form of dictionary. So this is very important. If you will not write in this form, that it will raise error. So this dic have a key roll number. The roll number will act as a key, and this roll number key have a value in form of dictionary, and after then you will assign the values, name and marks inside the roll number. So how you will do that? Write dic and then the key, the main key, that is roll number, and inside the roll number key I want to store another key, that is the name, and inside this name key I want to store value, that is name, and this name is variable. This variable, the value, this variable, and this name contain value, that is Seema. So now this Seema is going to store inside this name key, and this name key is the part of some roll number. Same way I will store marks. So write the dictionary name and the main key is roll number, because this roll number is a variable. That's why I'm not writing this roll number inside double quote. This roll number is a variable. So whatever the roll number user has entered here, it will be act as a key. And after then inside that roll number I want to create another key, that is marks. So inside this roll number there is another key, that is marks, and the value of this marks is mark. So whatever the value stored inside this mark, that a mark, that will going to assign as a value for marks key. So in this way we will assign data inside dictionary, and dictionary inside dictionary mean a key have a value in form of dictionary. So I hope this is clear. The roll number 1 have some the roll number 1 has name and marks. So same for other roll number. Roll number 2 has also name and marks. So this loop will execute, all this statement will execute n time. So whatever the value entered here by user, it will execute that many time. So after executing all this statement, the controller will come out from this loop, and whatever the data I have stored inside the dictionary, now I want to write that dictionary inside a binary file. So how to write any text and structure inside a binary file? We all know that there is a dump function, and this dump function is very helpful to write inside a binary file. So call this dump function. So how to call this dump function? We all know that this dump function is defined inside pickle module. So first you will write the module name, that is pickle dot, call the dump function. So how to call any function? Write the function name and simple bracket. Inside this bracket we will pass argument. So this dump function pass 2 argument. First one is the data that user want to write inside the binary file. So I want to write the dictionary. So the dictionary name is dic. So where I want to write in the file object name is fo, and this fo is pointing to studata.bin. That's mean this dictionary first it will converted into a binary, and after converting into binary form, this dump function will write that binary data into this binary file. After writing into a binary file, just close this file. I just close this file, and again now I am opening this file in a write mode, because I want to update some students marks. So how to update some student marks? Again you need to open the file. Syntax is same. Call open function and pass here 2 argument. The first argument is a file name, binary file name with its extension, and the second one is mode. So here the mode is RB plus. Whenever you use this plus symbol, that means you can perform read and write both operation. So I have opened this in a read mode, and I can also perform write operation inside this studata.bin file. And after then the next statement is, because I want to read the file. So how to read any binary file? Because inside binary file data are stored in form of binary number. So we don't know how to read that binary data. So this load function is very helpful for us, and this load function is defined inside the pickle module. So call this load function. First write the pickle module name, that is pickle dot, and call the load function. And this load function take only one argument, that is binary file object name, and the binary file object name is FO. So you can see here the FO is a binary file object name. It is pointing to this stu_data.bin file. What this load function will do, it will read that binary file and convert into a text, into a particular structure. So this this FO, that is stu_data.bin file, it contain dictionary, and this load function will return that dictionary. Now this load function is returning, so we have to store the return value in some variable. So here I'm storing that value in a D. Now this D is containing whatever the data written by this load function. Now this load function have written that dictionary that is stored inside the binary file. That's mean this D will act as a dictionary. Now I want to update some student marks. So to update any student marks, I need roll number. So ask from user. This roll number is a variable, and I'm asking from user through this input function, enter roll number to update the marks. So it will display like this, enter roll number to update the marks. So user have enter here 1, you can enter also 2. So this 1 value is going to return by this input function in form of string. I want roll number in form of integer, so it is converted into integer using this int function. Now this roll number is containing 1. Now what we need to do, we need to search for the roll number using this for loop. Write the for keyword and mention some variable name here. In is a membership operator, and mention some sequence and any data structure here. So here I have written D. D is a dictionary which containing some data, and the data is this. So this K is going to assign value from this D dictionary one by one. So what value this K is going to assign? Whatever the keys are stored inside this D, it will be assigned one by one to this K. So first value that is assigned to this K is roll number 1, that is 1. So this is my first key inside the dictionary D. So this 1 will assign to K, and after assigning value to this K, I will execute the statement that is written inside this for loop. Now first statement is a if condition. It will check whether this K is equal to roll number. Now right now K is pointing to roll number 1, and this roll number variable also contain 1. You can see here user also entered the roll number is 1. Now the K is equal to roll number 1. The K is equal to roll number. So this condition is true. When the condition is true for if condition, then what controller will do? It will execute the statement that we have written inside this if condition. Now what is next? When we check that yes, roll number is equal to K, then we will update the marks for that roll number. Now take marks from user. Again call input function, enter the marks. So it will ask you enter the marks, whatever the updated marks you want to enter for roll number 1, that is 78. Now this 78 will convert it into integer and assign to M. Now I want to change this marks for the roll number 1. So how we can update data inside the dictionary? First write the dictionary name, that is D. Right now dictionary name is D, and the key is roll number. So where is your roll number? That roll number is stored inside this K, and you can also write here roll number. So the key is stored inside K, and inside this roll number there is another key, that is marks. So I want to update only this marks keyword. I want to update this marks key. So what is the value of this marks right now? That is M. What M is containing recently? That is 78. Now roll number 1 have a marks keyword, and that marks key is updated by new marks, that is 78. Okay, now you can print this dictionary to check whether that marks is updated or not. So when you print this dictionary, it will print on your screen like this. So I have entered marks for 1, that is 34. When I updated the marks for roll number 1, that is 78, it will display marks is 78. Another statement is if roll number not in D. So this is a membership operator. It will use here to check whether this roll number is the part of dictionary or not. If this roll number is not the part of this dictionary, then controller will come out from this loop after printing the statement. So the statement is roll number does not exist. So there is a indentation. So don't forget to give indentation inside this if condition. So if this condition become true, means if the roll number is not the part of dictionary, then what happen? This print statement will execute roll number does not exist, and controller will read this break keyword. So this break keyword means come out from the loop, and this and the controller will come out from this loop. But roll number is the part of this dictionary, so this statement will not execute. And after executing this for loop, what is the next? So this I have updated the dictionary, but I also want that dictionary inside the binary file. So for that I need to write this dictionary inside the binary file using dump function. So again call the dump function with the help of pickle module. Pass the dictionary, that is D, where you want to write. I want to write in FO, and this FO is pointing to stu.data.bin file, and after that close the file. Now let's execute this program. So I already written this program. So let's execute this program because it's taking time to write the program. When I will run this program, okay, it will ask you enter the number of student. So the first input I want to take from user, that is enter the number of student. So here I have written 2. I want to enter the number of student, that are 2. So after then it will execute for loop, and inside for loop again I want to take input from user for roll number 1. Enter roll number 1, and the name of the roll number 1 is Sohan. And what is next? Marks. Enter the marks for Sohan, that is 67. Now for second student, roll number is 2 and name is Hina, and marks is 89. Okay, so okay, this is displaying because I have also print here FO to check what this FO is right now containing. So to check what this FO is right now containing, that's why I print this FO. So this FO is pointing to stu.bin file. Now the first part of write mode is we have executed this write mode. Now we want to read the file. So again the file will open in a read write mode, and it will ask you enter the roll number to update the marks. So I want to update the marks of roll number 2nd. So enter the marks. So this is a statement inside the for loop. So enter the marks. The marks is 88. Now you can check here the roll number 2nd have a marks 88. So your marks is updated inside this file, and it will print on your screen also, because here I have printed this dictionary, so that's why it is displaying on your screen. So the last time at the write mode I have written 89 for this roll number 2, but in a read mode when I read the file and update the marks for roll number 2, that is 88, and it will display 88. So this is all about this program. Now if you want to use if you want to perform this program through any function, then it is also very easy. For that, what you need to do, just write this for loop, or you can also write a whole program inside some function, but I'm only calling here a function. Before calling any function, first you need to define that function. So the function name is update update marks and pass yes the roll number. So roll number to update the marks, and after then call this function. So this whole for loop will come inside this function, and if you want to execute this for loop you need to call this update function. So update function, I want to change this roll number with roll. Now call this roll number, call this function. How to call any function? Write the function name. The function name is update underscore marks and pass the value, and the value I want to pass is roll. Now run this program, it will execute your program. Check. It will again ask you the number of students you want to enter. Only one. Roll number is 1. Hina. Marks is 90. So now enter the number to update the marks. So roll number is 1 and enter the marks, that is 78. So it will display. Now the current marks, that marks keyword containing is 78 for roll number 1. So this is all about the programming, and if you will enter any roll number that is not existing inside this dictionary, then it will display roll number does not exist, and the controller will come out from this for loop. So thank you. This is all about the programming. This is all about how to update the marks of particular roll number.